relation to, so Beyonce is like the thing. Right? I actually think Mitch is kind of like, kind of. But here's the thing. I think this speaks so much to what I'm talking about. And apparently, I don't know, Sean was telling me I said this, or maybe he said it and I'm co-opting it. Oh, I said it, thank God, okay. So here's the thing about art, which is actually about life itself, if you think about it. All that I'm ever saying is all we want is more of you. And if all we ever want is more of you, wait for the mic drop, then how can it ever be wrong? Think about it. In all forms of life, that's it. You're with your husband, your wife, your lover, your friend. What do you want more of? More of them. To be more honest, to give you what you feel like more of what you need. Why is it they're withdrawing or shutting down? Or all conversations are about wanting more. Not wanting more as far as like, an aggregate of being greedy and needing to be filled up. I'm talking about opening the channel of like just being honest. So, and that's what all art is about. All art is about the expression of the artist in totality. Whether you're a singer, you're a dancer, you're an actor, you're a writer. Writing is writing to the core of who you are. Painting is writing to the core of how you paint. So to me, what's interesting about Beyonce, and I haven't seen the Lemonade Extravaganza yet. Mitch could do an interpretive dance. We should pant and then... Anyway, the thing that I read in the New York Times, which I found so interesting, is here's a classic example of someone who, and it's groundbreaking because she's just telling the truth as she knows it. So she's talking about her own life, her own struggles, her own challenges of discovering that her husband had an affair. This isn't shaming him, it's not about that. About forgiveness, about the history of being black, about America's racism, about being a woman, about misogyny. This is some deep shit. It's not just about you know what I mean? It's about imprinting the way she tells story, meaning imprinting the way she creates her art through her own autobiography. And because it's like, I guess, so zeitgeisty, but also the New York Times was just saying it was a revelation of just how honest someone can be about forgiveness. I'm going to start crying, I don't know. About forgiveness and redemption and moving through our shit and trying to speak truthfully about things that are really scary and weird and not shaming people for being human. Kids, I think you got to keep getting your head around what's beautiful about at least the conversations we have at this school, and what I think is starting to bear witness out in the real world is the way into anything is your way. You got to do it your way. You got to speak from yourself. You got to speak truth from where you are sitting, from your vantage point, which may not be a whole entire pie of truth because you have more to learn. That's what's beautiful about learning. Is like where we think we are sometimes in our knowledge continues to expand as we grow and discover more things about where we are and where we aren't, right? So I just want us to just keep remembering, if all we want is more of you, then how can you ever be wrong? And I'm going to end with, anytime you come up against someone telling you in one form or another, which is all just resistance, that you're not enough, that you're not okay, that you're not pretty, that you're too fat, that you're too gay, that you're too this, or that you're too that, that's all of their own stuff projected onto you. It doesn't mean anything. Your own autobiography is all you've got. You can't be brainwashed into thinking there's any other way. You can't become somebody that you're not. You have to make peace with, this is my incarnation here as Cynthia, as Tina, as Lucy, as whomever you are. What are you going to do with your time here as you? So the transformation process to me isn't about becoming someone else, becoming a character. The transformational process in acting, in art, in life is about fully embracing all that you are. That's hard, kids. Embracing all that you are. Not the parts that you like, and not the parts that you don't want to share. Embracing all of who you are. And then having at it. Just have at it. Beyonce could have gone any direction. She could have just written a, you know, I don't know. My auto-tunes is broken, obviously. I don't know what's happening. But she could have just written something really commercial, really sellable, really trite, really just as a catchy beat that all the clubs are going to play. And maybe this song also is going to be that. But that's not the point. The point is she's telling story the way she wants to tell it. And also, it might very well become commercial. Get it? That should be a light bulb. You're commercial as you telling your freaking story. Okay.